Good afternoon. It's Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday. Haven't done a video for a bit. The Jeep Wrangler was collected yesterday and the owner's father picked it up and he was over the moon with it. It's his daughter's car, but she's away on a holiday at the minute, so she'll be coming back on Saturday to get home to be greeted by her lovely Jeep Wrangler. I spent a considerable time correcting the paint because it was in a pretty poor state, but due to a hand car wash, that sort of thing. But anyway, what I thought today was, instead of just doing a video on the car that I've got in today, I'll be taking pictures and things. I'll just show you or tell you about what's involved when I properly do a detail on a car, correct a car basically, in terms of in the paint area. So what we normally start with is having a good wash down of the car. So generally use a snow foam, using the jet washer to rinse off all the dirt, things like that. Down here we have all my wheel cleaning brushes, various ones, different sizes, arch brushes, ones to get behind the spokes. You see quite a few choices in there. Definitely need a lot of different ones. So we start with the wheels, and I've got all my go-to products here. So we've got the normal generic sort of wheel cleaner. I've got some Iron-X fallout remover, which we use on the paint as well as on the wheels. Tire and rubber cleaner, stuff like that. All these things are in there. Insera tar and glue remover for taking tar spots off, things like that. Clay lube. And there we go. So once the car's washed down and the paint is decontaminated, which means removing the tar spots, bonded on stuff, iron fallout remover to take out the iron particles that are into the top coat of the paint. It's then all rinsed off and everything, and then dried, then brought into the unit, and this is where the correction stage then takes place. So what we generally start with is quite a few, depending which way you go, depending how bad the paint is. Sometimes it's a 1 stage, 2 stage, 3 stage. So we have like a more abrasive sort of cutting paste, and a finer one, and then an ultra fine one. And then to make sure you know which ones to use, we have things like all my lights, which can look into the paint to see how bad the marring is or the scratches are. Paint depth gauge, which is vital for a detailer, gives you an idea of how much paint you've actually got to work with. So it's very, very important, because the last thing you want to do is actually be cutting through the paint. And then we have, along with the polishes, we obviously have all the different pads, coarse ones, fine ones, all sorts of things. Obviously these build up and I get lots of these. I go through quite a lot of them. Final waxing pads, so that sort of product. When you clay the paint, I either use a clay bar. Again, there's different grades of that one. If not, I use a clay mitt as well, which makes it a bit quicker. And then something else a detailer needs is lots and lots of cloths, polishing cloths, microfiber cloths, because again you use a lot of those. And then you have all your drying towels, you have all your polishing towels and things like that. So once the paint has all been corrected, the next stage is to polish the paint. Now this makes or brings a shine back up onto the paint. After that, if the owner wants a wax protection, I'll then apply a wax, and my go-to wax at the moment is Adams ceramic wax. Now, ceramic is a word which is getting thrown about quite a lot at the moment. It's not really, it's got SiO2 technology in it, so the benefits are it can make the car a little bit easier to clean up once it's been applied, but also long-term longevity of it. It can possibly last up to maybe 4 to 6 months or so by putting a wax on there. So the wax goes on top of your polish and it seals in the polish, and so that's when you got all the nice water beading effect. But obviously every time you wash your car it starts to break down, and after say 4 to 6 months you've got to reapply another wax on top. So the other option, instead of, or after you finish the polishing section, is to go for the ceramic options. Now these are proper ceramic coatings, which are a bit different to a wax. You actually always have to make sure the paint is in as best condition it can be, and before you apply the ceramic coating you have to put an IPA solution onto the paint. So this basically means that once you've polished the car and it's got all the oils in there, these excess oils have to be removed from the paint, otherwise the ceramic coating can't bond to the paint properly. So that's the reason why IPA is used. It's obviously a very time consuming thing, which is why generally I need to have the car for a good 2 days generally to do a proper job, because the correction stage on some of the cars I do takes a good day on its own, and then by the time you apply the ceramic coating you're already working into the second day. Sometimes I'm working on a car for 3 days, depending how bad or how good the owner wants the car to be. So where we are with this Mazda CX-3 today is it looks brilliant, because it's all been corrected. It was only like a minor stage 1 correction because the car is a 19 plate, so it's not that old, but he'd already got lots of swells in the paint, which I don't think he knew about, and there were some deeper scratches. But now the paint, if you look at it, it looks lovely, but there's no protection on here at all at the moment. So it's been polished, but now I've put the IPA on there to make the paint clinically clean, because I'll be putting a ceramic coating onto this one this afternoon. But if you don't get the paint looking as best as it can do before you apply that, the coating won't bond properly, or you'll be just sealing in scratches and swirls, because to get the ceramic coating off you need to machine polish it off. So this has got a lovely metallic fleck into it now, and it's swirl free completely. So just a little video showing you what's involved. So if you can get a quote off somebody and they quote you a price without even seeing the car, and they say, yeah, well, just need your car for half a day, they might be putting a coating on your car, but they wouldn't have done all the prep work to actually remove all the contaminants in the paint first of all. So there you go, just a quick semi-quick video showing you what I do. This is my unit, by the way. Some people, when they come down here, they're quite surprised how big it actually is. So you actually get, this is my Jag, which has been in here for a few months now. I'm just not using it at the moment because I've got my own van instead now. But if you get an idea, down the very end there, and that's in there is my toilet and wash hand basin and stuff like that. So if you go to the whole length, it's quite a long unit. I can actually get a tight squeeze if I wanted to, possibly 3 cars in here at once. It wasn't in this condition. Obviously I painted all the floor and everything when I arrived at the beginning of the year. A good friend of mine, Tony Howe, he installed the water tap for me. So from there I can connect up the hose pipe, connect up to the jet washer. Then outside I've got the drain off facility. Obviously this is my van. So out here is where I do the pre-washing stages of the car first of all. Alleyway down there, you drive around the corner and you're out onto the main road. So I'm nice and secluded out here. So yeah, left to my own devices. So this is my unit. As you can see, it's quite a long unit, and I've got all my luxuries in here. Things like something to detail and use is obviously polishers. I've got my 3-inch polisher, my 5-inch polisher, and I've got my mini hybrid as well. And obviously I've got all my microwave and coffee machine which I need. The cooler in the summer, that was very useful. Another important device along with my little lights is my main scan grip light, which can be used for looking at the quality of the paint under good lights. And there we go. And my music. Gotta have some music to keep me going during the day. So there we go. Just a little tour and an idea of what I get up to here. Have a great day.